Hi, another video. Got the dog coming up and saying hello to me while I'm here. This is great. Very professional, Arrow. Very professional. Just another quick look at some more of my kit, some of the stuff that I do. This time round, going to have a look at the Double Eagle Noveske. These carry a bit of a stigma with them through some of the guys on some of the forums, purely because obviously it's an MWS claim. I've got to admit, I was really glad when it came out because it was obviously a cheaper option, and I just wanted to see what I could do with it more than anything else. Now, that being said, there was a lot of hype around the first lot. They sold out, and then there was a huge wait for the next lot, which by the time it got here, left a bit of a sour taste in the mouth when there was feeding issues, gassing out issues, stuff like that. And actually, we managed to work out that what that was especially using the genuine TM mags. There's a little bit of a QC issue with the magwell on them where they're slightly off spec. With the genuine mags that comes with it, which are terrible, by the way, the mags don't move around too much, and everything worked as it should. Now, when you put a normal MWS Stanag mag in there, it seemed to be an awful lot better. But it was loose in the magwell, so it allowed the mag to rock back and forward, and then that would, of course, jam the nozzle out, gas the mag out, problems. Once we solved that out, and changed the bucking and nub over, these things, they're an absolute powerhouse. They're really, really good. Very short in the barrel, obviously just to keep the FPS down. They are, I would say, about 90% cross-compatible with the normal MWS stuff. There is a difference with the nozzle. Externally, it's the same size, but actually internally, it's slightly off spec. So your normal end passes don't actually fit in there. So if you wanted to get one of these and just stick like an Angry Gun style nozzle or a Guns Modified nozzle in there, then I would probably recommend doing that if you want to run an end pass. If you're happy to just stay with the 150mm barrel that's in there, no problem at all. That 150mm barrel, I mean, that one there, or the one I'm going to show you in a minute, it chronos at sort of between 1 and 1.05 joules most of the time. Good accuracy, good range. The only time it did go up was obviously when I changed it to a 200mm 602 barrel in there. It jumped up to about 1.48 joules. So, that quickly came back out again because I just wanted to run it. I wanted to give this thing some abuse and see how it works. In all fairness, it's turned out to be one of the best guns that I own, and it is my go-to gun for outside now, regardless. I did play indoors with it a couple of times, and it ran absolutely fine. I took it to a local site where I was where you get to play in a mine, and it got very affected by the cold because obviously we're coming in from warm outdoors and then moving into the mine. It did start to play up a bit. I had to stop and adjust the hop, and typical gas gun thing. But for value for money, these things are an absolute bargain, really. Now, obviously, I sold a load of them since the beginning of the year, since they come back into stock. They generally retail about the sort of 350 to 360 mark. I do mine for that price, but with an MR bucking, Omega nub, and a little shim installed in the back of the magwell. So realistically, if you're buying it from me with those bits, you can skirmish the thing straight out of the box. Now, like I said earlier on, the best thing you can do, get rid of that mag that comes with it, buy just a genuine PM MWS Stanag mag. Type 89 mags will also work. Guns Modified mags work really well if you want to get those. The original mags that do come with it can be made better, but by the time you've done that, you've spent another sort of 30 quid on the mag. It's just not worth it. You could just go and buy a Guns Modified P mag and it would work out the box. So, but yes, without further ado, I'll grab it and we can have a look. So, there it is, in all its glory. I'll hold it up this way so you can see it. Obviously, I have adorned mine with some aftermarket bits and pieces. I've got an MOE SLK Magpul stock on there, an MOE grip, Wasden pet box, BCM side mount for sling, and I have a Vector Optics Forester short dot on there. Other than that, internally, it is now running a Angry Gun Super Heavyweight buffer and a Bavtak brass bolt weight. It kicks really hard. It has obviously slowed the fire rate down, which I don't have an issue with. I run this with a 60-degree bucking in it, and I run 3.6s religiously with it, and yeah, the range is phenomenal. Out of the box, obviously an MWS is going to be far superior in build quality, but this thing, to be fair, other than once the nut coming loose on the back, I've not had any issues with it, especially not since we worked out the bit in the magwell. I genuinely think, for the money, it's probably one of the best pound for pound GBBRs on the market, especially for somebody who's just coming in to the sport. It's comparable kind of price to your TM MP7, which is obviously a much smaller gun. Although that's no shade to the MP7, I've had several of them and I absolutely love them. I'm just a big guy and I look stupid using them. But yeah, realistically, you could, if you were running CQB and you're not looking for extra range and stuff like that, you could just buy one of these straight out of the box, buy a load of mags. You don't have to worry about the bucking, you don't have to worry about the nub, you can just use that standard. I would always say a little bit of, I use like a heavy compound felt in the back of there, but you could just use the soft side of some Velcro and put that in there, and it's just enough to stop that mag wobbling around too much when the gun's firing. They're not hideously expensive. They are, depending on where you're buying your MWS from, like this CQBR Block 1, I believe, is sort of between $420 and $450, depending on what deals are on and who's selling it. These, obviously, your normal retail from somebody, as I said earlier, is going to be sort of $350, $360. That gives you a little bit of leeway there to buy a mag or two on top. On the subject of mags, these MWS mags, very, very difficult to get hold of at the moment. Have been on and off over the last 12 months. I think the popularity of this and just GBBRs in general has driven demand up, and Tokyo Marui, in typical Tokyo Marui fashion, are throttling the production for some reason. God only knows why. I'm waiting on a back order of 30. And I've got multiple customers waiting for them. It just seems to be a bit of an issue at the moment. But, you know, as and when they come in, you can buy them. And they're not hideous money. Mags for these, I do them at, I think they're £49 a mag. So they're not a huge amount of money. Whether that'll go up next year, because Tokyo really like increasing their prices every year, which is, you know, in line with everything else, I suppose. But yeah, like I say, this is my go-to gun. This is my pickup. If I'm going somewhere, I grab it. I've got 7 mags with it. Take my speed loader with me, take my gas, and I don't have to worry about anything else. I've found it to be, on the whole, very reliable, fun to shoot, and for me personally, as much as I love TM, you'll see that with the Sega 12 video, I don't feel the need to spend £500, £600, £700 on one of their MWSs when this does exactly the same job in my eyes. I know these are very popular. I also know that they get a lot of hate, but everybody's different. Everybody loves their own thing, don't they? But yeah, like I say, just a very quick overview. If you've got any other questions or anything, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I will, on the end of this video, tag some chrono readings and some footage of it being shot, just so you can see what it's like with the heavy buffer in there and the bolt weight. But yeah, for now, thank you very much.
Just a quick chrono test on the Noveske. This is using 0.36 gram BBs. Mag is not exactly warm, but it's not freezing cold either. Let's have a look. Quick test of the Noveske, first of all in semi. Full auto.
So there we have it, guys. The Noveske. You can probably see from the video, it really does run well. Got a nice bit of kick to it with just those few little upgrades. I hope you can understand why really big fan of that gun. Chrono readings are pretty good. I had the odd flyer on there, and you can see obviously as the gas mag cooldown effect takes over, it drops off a little bit towards the end, but it's still nice and consistent. Like I say, don't let the naysayers put you off. It is a real good gateway in to the NWS style platform. With just a little bit of money thrown at them, it can be a really, really good gun. And with that, I'll wrap this up for this week. Thank you very much for watching the video. Obviously, if you can like, follow, subscribe, I'd massively appreciate it. It all helps. Obviously, follow me on my socials as well, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook. And I'll see you in the next one.